AM Podcast Network presentation, Real One.
I listen to it at night, in the morning, at work, at school, everywhere I go.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Blue Collar Review. As always, we're your hosts,
Josh
and Ryan. Episode 31. We had a week off there.
We did.
We had a week off for
busy.
illnesses and holidays. It was a rough week.
Squeezed in some heart surgery.
Yeah, that too.
Squeezed in
A hunting trip. We had some big 2 weeks there.
I've noticed you didn't offer me any deer meat, so
No, it was we actually came home a day early because we were
Oh.
very frustrated.
I understand. It happens.
Bad trip.
It happens.
Yeah. Got down there, the people that were leaving as we were coming in killed 20 within 3 days.
Holy crap.
And the season had already been going on for about a month. So we're pretty sure there weren't many left.
No.
There were only two deer killed that time while we were down there.
Wow. 20.
Yeah.
That's kind of ridiculous.
Well,
what are you going to do with 20 deer?
That's good meat.
Well, I know.
Well,
but
it's not just one person.
That's what I mean.
It was split up at least.
Amongst 5 people, that's still 4 deers each? Like,
That's
deers?
Deer.
Is that
Deer?
Deer?
I think it's just deer.
I don't think it's deers.
I killed some deers.
I killed me some deers.
I killed some gooses.
That's geeses.
Exactly. It's wrong. I was going with the wrong person.
Goose, that's geese.
I was going with the wrong
It's a
person.
Little Wayne song. 2
Oh.
bottles of goose, that's geese.
Okay.
I made a game sign.
Which one was that?
I don't know what song it's from.
Okay. That's what we
That's
need.
just the only part of it's just the only part of the song I remember.
Hey, that's part of a song.
Yeah.
That happened.
2 bottles of goose, that's geese.
Yep. Okay.
That's it. That's all I remember. The whole song.
That's the best. That's how well that stuck in your head.
It did. It did.
Oh, but yeah. So coming to you finally again. We're back at it.
Yes.
Took us a little bit of time, but we're back at it hard.
Yes.
Well, at least I was. Josh kind of had some
I
heart surgery.
Had heart surgery.
It's kind of hard to watch movies.
If I did watch a movie, I don't remember it. I did watch a
I
lot
thought
of
you went to the theater. I thought you texted me and said you were going.
I was going to go.
Oh, you didn't?
And then I ended up not going.
Oh.
I can't remember what happened. Something came up.
See, I couldn't go on Friday when I normally go because Parker had a Christmas play, so I couldn't. But I still managed to today. Yes.
Yeah.
So, all right, we'll jump into our recommendations for the week as always when we start off. I guess I'll go first. Mine it's a movie called Drive. It's Ryan Gosling. I just had a brain. Al Brooks.
Yep.
And what's his name from Sons of Anarchy's in it? Clay.
Yeah.
I just forgot his name. Big ass chin. That guy. Hellboy.
Yeah. Anyway, this movie came out a little while ago.
Yeah, it's a couple years old, but it's a very stylized movie. Like, it almost has an 80s feel to it, but mixed in with the modern. He's a stuntman. He's a driver, but he also drives for criminals on the side. He's the wheelman. Like, he's the getaway driver.
Yeah.
And so it works out to where he will pick up a job. He has these rules where he won't ask questions, won't answer questions, all that good stuff. And then, of course, there's a bad turn, and stuff just gets all turned to shit. So it develops from there. It's kind of a mystery. Ryan Gosling plays a very odd role.
Yeah.
was
This
a
movie
weird
came
character.
out like when Ryan Gosling was kind of having like a
Artistic.
big, like an artistic, weird peak.
Yeah.
You know, he had like a bunch of movies all come out at once.
He had the good chick flicks, and so he did the safe picture, then the art picture.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you do the payback picture because your friend says you owe him. You gotta throw a Jay and Silent Bob quote.
Always. I was going to say, that's definitely a Jay and Silent Bob.
Ben Affleck says
Yep.
it. Good Will Hunting 2, hunting season. How you like them apples? Applesauce, bitch. Yep. I went there.
4 minutes in.
It didn't take me long.
Didn't take long to get.
Hey, Jay and Silent Bob is never too far from a quote for me. You're never 4 minutes away from a Jay and Silent Bob quote. Oh, so yeah, Drive is, I believe it is rated R. It's got some violence and some language, but it's really good. It's like a gangster, car chase, action movie with some odd stuff tied in as well, and some real, it's just a good movie. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed it. The soundtrack's very unique.
Yeah.
It's got a very 80s feel to it. And so that's why it's just a good movie. It's a good stylized shot film. I enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. Just rewatched it, and I'd forgot half of it until I rewatched it.
Yeah, I think I've only ever seen it once, and I liked it. I mean, it was,
So, I enjoyed it. That's my recommendation.
So, okay, good. Well, mine's an older movie as well. Mine is...
say yours is 07 or 08, because I was working at the theater when it came out.
Oh, okay. Mine is Death Race, the original. Well, I don't think it's the original. It's the first one.
The first remake.
Yeah.
The first one in the remake series.
Yeah. The only one that has Jason Statham in it.
31 episodes and you got it right.
I got it. Bam. But basically, he is a semi-professional...
I think he was a professional race car driver, wasn't he?
Yeah, like stock car racer. Nothing, Yeah. And he apparently had some trouble when he was racing and had a record. Well, he settled down, had a family. Well, in this, I wouldn't really call it like a future, but apparently...
Not too distant future.
Yeah, the prison system implements this...
Death race, where the convicts they race to the death. Yeah. Well, there's a race it's technically 3 races in one.
Yeah.
And if you win, is it 7 of them?
That was 5. Is it 7 or 5?
It's a number.
You win a certain amount of races, you get released. No strings attached. And so Jason Statham gets framed for his wife's murder, and
apparently it takes place in 2012, and because it came out in 2008, so they had a very downward look at 2012.
They did. Prison system's going to suck.
Yeah.
So basically, he gets framed because he's a good driver by the warden of the prison, and he races as Frankenstein,
because at the very beginning of the movie, Frankenstein is kind of a crowd favorite.
Yeah,
he wears a mask. Yeah, and his car is blown up as he crosses the finish line. Mm-hmm. And so they bring in Jason Statham and make him take on the persona of Frankenstein. So he takes that role, and he always has to wear the mask and do all that stuff. So
yeah, it's a good movie. I mean, if you like cars. You like guns, violence. I mean, that's pretty much it. Language, but
yeah, it's rated R.
It's a good movie. It didn't It didn't break any records.
It didn't
blow. It didn't break any records or anything. Apparently, they're all on like Death Race 4 at this point. I think
they've made a lot
of low budget secondary movies with people. Those aren't very good.
Okay, now here's the thing that it dawned on me after I watched it, because I enjoyed watching it too. It's just, it's a fun movie to watch.
Yeah.
It's one of the ones, kind of like Mad Max, you don't go into it expecting a deep, like, hero development. You go into it knowing there's going to be explosions, there's going to be gunfights, people are going to die, yippee.
Yeah.
Well, all of those racers... Like, almost every single one of the racers in that race has been in multiple, correct? Mm-hmm. Even says how many wins each of them have. I'm pretty sure all of them die.
Yeah.
Just that race. It just happens that they all... That's just convenient. The one race that you're watching, everybody dies.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't get it. Why is that when they all die?
Well, and like, the prison... The warden...
Yeah.
Implements like that tank thing, and that thing wipes out half of your people.
Yeah,
what are you gonna do with the next race? Like, what would you?
it's making a comeback.
Apparently, they're gonna recruit more people.
There's always convicts.
Yeah, but anyway, like I said,
Tyrese is in it.
Yeah, I think that might have been right before he did the Fast and Furious.
It was way after. Too Fast, Too Furious came out when we were in either middle or high school. That came out in 2008 when we were graduated. Yeah. Because Too Fast, Too Furious, I want to say came out maybe in middle school for us, like 2003. Because it was the ludicrous Too Fast, Too Furious song, and I'm pretty sure I listened to it at the Valdez Rec, which would have been in middle school.
Okay.
So I want to say that was 2003. So it was a little ways after it. But it was before he did any of the newer ones. He had only done that one.
Yeah.
So he was still kind of growing, I guess you could say.
He was transitioning into the Tyrese character.
The one we all know now.
Yeah.
He got a big-ass forehead. Oh, alright, so that's our recommendations for the week. The big review that's in the theaters, the newest movie out, Creed. Josh didn't get a chance to go see it yet.
I did not. I wanted to. I had every intention. Me and the wife were going to go see it.
My wife.
And we ended up
not going to see it.
We ended up buying a puppy instead.
Yo.
So
go see a movie or
go see
buy a puppy?
$20 movie, buy a person. So, oh well.
Fair trade?
Things happen.
Okay.
But anyway, so how was it?
Alright, so Creed, if you don't know, it takes place now. It's Apollo Creed's son is coming up as a boxer.
Which Apollo Creed was the boxer in the first Rocky.
First, second, and third Rocky.
Yes.
Which was, what's his name? Carl Weathers.
Yes.
Apollo Creed was one of the greatest boxers of all time. Him and Rocky Balboa had the back and forth all the time. Then they became best friends, family type thing.
Played on the beach.
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't they?
Because that's what friends do.
Well, now, his name is Adonis. So it kind of, that ties in with Apollo. Adonis Creed, well, his name is actually Adonis Johnson. He didn't take on the name, and that's part of the story is he actually does not want to be called Creed. Mm-hmm. He wants to make a name of his own without. He didn't know his father because he died right before he was born in the third one.
Yeah,
and so he's wanting to
fourth one,
third one, wasn't it?
Third one's the one that I watched with Mr. T.
Yeah,
he gets killed by the Russian.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Okay, the fourth one then. Sorry.
Yeah. Dolph Lundgren.
I will break you.
I will break you. Him.
Which that is one of my favorites.
Oh, that's the best one.
The first one is pretty classic.
I love
because the first one's got Mickey and all that in it, and
I don't know. I like Rocky 4.
I loved Rocky 4.
Like the training.
Yeah,
he's all in the gym, and he's like
running in the woods,
running in the snow, and getting like completely jacked.
I told that to my mom today because I was on the phone with her, and I talked about seeing it, and she, of course, she wants to see it as well, but she said, "Oh well, none of them will ever be as good as the first." I said, "I don't know. The fourth one was pretty good." And she said, "Well, that's your generation." I said, "No, it's not. That came out when I was maybe 2.
Yeah,
that wasn't our generation. That was the generation before ours."
Yes, no, it was definitely not.
She tried to throw that out, and I had to quickly combat it.
Rocky 4 is not mine.
Not quite. I can't claim that one.
I love boxing movies. I don't know what it is about boxing movies.
I don't know. They're very hit or miss. Kind of a pun there, but they're very hit or miss with me.
Yeah, I just like fighting movies in general.
Like lately, there's been a lot of good ones, but
Cinderella Man,
The Fighter,
favorite movies.
Southpaw was good. I mean, but it's very hit or miss. It can be bad or shit.
Mm.
Hold on, let's see what year Rocky 4 came out. It came out 1985.
Wow, so we weren't even like glimmers in our parents' eyes.
So yeah. Not quite our generation.
Not quite.
Thank God I looked that up. Now I can definitely dispute that. But, alright, Creed, he goes to Rocky Balboa to get a trainer. And, of course, Rocky says no, I won't do it. Well, then finally it's, okay, I'll train you, and it goes from there. I swear, though, after watching this movie, it's almost a reboot of the first Rocky. Mm-hmm. Like, it's almost very, very close.
Because in the first Rocky, he begs his...
He tries to get all of that together. Yeah. He's a nobody coming up, and then gets the big fight. The only difference, they show the big fight at the end. That's the only difference. It doesn't freeze frame.
Does he fight like Rocky, where he gets beat up the entire match and then miraculously wins at the end?
Both. He does. Okay. He. It's kind of a mixture, and they even touch on that. Like, oh, he's fighting just like his dad, and he's also fighting like Rocky. It's he's Rocky on the body, and then his dad on the head. Like, it's weird. So he's a mixture of both, and. The one thing I'll say for a lot of this movie, Michael B. Jordan, the character he's played, because you know how he was in Fantastic Four, where he's kind of a douchebag? He's still kind of a douchebag in this. And at the beginning, I was rooting against him. Like, he's just I don't know if that's just him.
Or the character.
But especially at the beginning.
I heard that it was getting a lot of good reviews.
It's a good movie. I mean, I would recommend, especially because there's nothing else out right now.
Yeah.
Go see that. But he's a douchebag for a lot of it, and I really was wanting him to get knocked out. Like, beat his ass. That's fine.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, he needs to lose a few. It's okay.
Bring him down a couple notches.
There you go. Yeah, because it's frustrating. But then, of course, he finally embraces the fact of who his dad was and all the feel goods.
Yeah.
But Sylvester Stallone's actually getting a bunch of nods as his role in it for the supporting role. And everybody's saying it's one of his best Rockies, even though he's not fighting.
Yeah.
I mean, and he does. He plays a good character.
He has cancer, don't he?
I don't want to spoil anything.
It's in the trailer. You can see him getting chemo in one of the trailers. That's how I knew that.
What? I'm glad I didn't see that trailer, because he did, but...
Yeah, you can see him. I know what a chemo machine looks like, so...
But yeah, he does.
Okay.
Spoiler, sorry.
Well, I mean, like I said, it's in the trailer.
But I don't think, I didn't pay attention. Or I just didn't see a lot of trailers, because I didn't. And that's a lot of the criticism they're getting, is it didn't have a lot of marketing. It just, 2 or 3 weeks ago, they started showing trailers, and then it came out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw a couple trailers on TV, but not like Star Wars.
It's doing successful. But they're saying if they would have marketed better, it would be very successful. Which, thankfully, they were smart enough to come out 2 weeks before Star Wars, so they could get that.
There's another movie coming out that they're trying to sneak in before Star Wars. It comes out this week, I think.
I don't know. Hold on. I got my phone handy, my handy dandy phone. Let's see here. We'll go back to home. Gotta have the IMDb app close. All right, here we go. Coming soon. In the Heart of the Sea comes out this week.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's exactly what
it's getting a bunch of mixed reviews, though.
That's exactly what it was.
A lot of the critics are saying it's
I like Ron Howard. I like his movies.
I'm very on Ron Howard.
I like him.
It has potential to be very boring.
Good old what's his name from
Chris Hemsworth?
Andy Griffith.
Oh, Opie.
Opie. Good old Opie. Growing up.
Yeah.
Looks exactly the same.
He does, except old. He's just lost some hair.
I think in the Heart of the Sea looks pretty good. I wouldn't mind seeing it.
I think it looks decent, but it has potential to be very boring. Because you got to think, the whale shows up for what? Probably 15 minutes? And then the rest of it is just them on a boat.
I'm on a boat.
And... Oh, Josh, you don't know the words.
I just know I'm on a boat.
I'm on a boat, and it's going fast, and I got a nautical theme Pashmina Ave game.
Oh,
I know that song.
I don't know that song, apparently.
Oh, it's a good song.
Anyway, alright, so...
It reminds me of college, because we sang that on the lacrosse team a lot. I don't know, I feel like my mic's not picking up too well, but oh well, we'll keep going. If not, we'll fix it later. But, alright. What else did you watch this week, Josh?
Just a bunch of older movies. I watched, I was on a Liam Neeson kick. I finally watched Taken 3 and A Walk Among the Tombstones.
Which was shit.
Which is literally like the same movie. Like,
yeah, A Walk Among the Tombstones was Taken, the untold story.
Yeah, even Sarah was like, is this Taken 3? I'm like, no.
Is this Taken the 1985 edition?
Yeah, I was like, no, it's not.
Back whenever cops didn't pay for their drinks. Okay.
And he's just like walking down the street shooting at people.
Yeah.
Like,
that's
no big deal.
And he's drinking on the job. Yeah. It's fine.
Yeah.
Just don't drink too much. What?
Get your 2 shots.
I hate when I see that, because...
Do 2 shots with your coffee.
God, I watched something else, too. where they were drinking and they were active, like on duty, drinking, and it drove me nuts because you can't quite do that.
No, probably not.
No.
Walgreens does allow .03 blood alcohol level.
Oh,
it does.
You guys hiring? I'm gonna enjoy work.
I mean, because depending on who you are, .03 is quite a few drinks in you. So
what? .03 is only like 1 or 2 drinks.
That's right, but I mean, like, you know, if you have a week, you don't handle it well.
The,
you know, like
the .03 is you're trashed.
Yeah. So it just depends on who you are. But yeah, I read that and I found that. I was like, .03, cool.
Get to know this policy.
Yeah.
Josh, have you been drinking? Yep.
Yeah, yes, I have.
Breathalyze me. Let's go. I'll keep it under 03. Just let me just give me a minute to stabilize.
Gotta keep this slow burn going.
Yeah, I'll sip a beer just throughout the day. That way, it stays balanced. Like, I'll sip a beer, drink a water. Sip a beer, drink a water. It's a foolproof plan.
I don't see what's wrong with that.
Exactly. We could test it.
Oh, my goodness.
But I actually rented and watched the movie Dope.
I've heard of it. I have not seen it.
I had no idea what it was. Because none of the trailers had anything to do with it. It was like Pain and Gain, where it didn't tell you jack shit about it.
Yeah, I just know. I thought it was a movie about black people riding bicycles.
Yep, it was about these 3 kids. 2 of them are black. One's kind of Hispanic. The main black kid acts like he's white, pretty much. He's in like a punk band and all this stuff. One of the black girl is a lesbian.
Okay.
And looks kind of like a guy. And then the Hispanic dude is just him.
An Hispanic dude.
Yeah. It's about... I had no idea going into it.
Is it about dope?
Yes.
Okay, well, at least,
Yeah. Pretty much he, the nerdy black kid gets this bag full of drugs at a party unknowingly and then finds out he has to sell all of it or else he's going to get murdered, pretty much. So he uses his nerdiness and the internet with his friends to sell Molly online through Bitcoin.
Okay.
So that's what it's all about. It was a decent movie. It just, I had no clue what it was about going into it.
Dope.
Yeah, it's about dope.
It's about dope.
Well, I didn't know if it was about dope or that's dope. I didn't know.
Do people say that's dope anymore?
I don't know.
I don't think.
But that kid could have. He had that potential.
That is so dope.
Yeah, he had that potential. He acted that way.
Funny.
It was bad. Oh, but that's the thing that we said about Creed. It's the Black Rocky.
Yeah.
It's Blocky.
Blocky.
Yep. The Adventures of Blocky.
And Bullwinkle?
Nope, just Blocky.
Is that a real show?
No.
Oh.
No, that's Creed.
Creed.
Creed, The Adventures of
Do you
Blocky.
think they're going to do a Creed 2 then? Creed 3, Creed 4?
They leave it open to set up for it, but I don't know.
I hope not.
I mean, yeah, like you're saying, I hope not, but they could. There's money to be made.
I mean, sequels were big in the 80s. Like, that was, they don't do very good.
Sequels were,
sequels are
everything had a sequel back then.
I mean,
but they weren't all complete shit like they are now.
Yeah. So.
That's the problem is, I think that's the reason we're so turned off by sequels is because they started sucking really bad. Mm-hmm. And then they started doing prequels and reboots and all. It just,
or stretching,
it got rough.
Or stretching stories out, making multiple part 1s and part 2s.
Yeah. Like Hunger Games.
Hate those.
Yep.
But
bored.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Gotta make that money.
But yeah, Dope. It was okay. I don't know if I can recommend paying for it. It'll probably come on Netflix soon, so just wait. But it's not terrible. It's worth, the watch if it comes on Netflix. I want to say it's got I think it's A$AP Rocky, the rapper, is in it.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. He's the drug dealer who puts the drugs in his bag.
That makes sense then.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just and the song was actually pretty catchy that he plays. That was actually pretty cool. The garage band he's in. Mm-hmm. This week though, I also watched Master of None, which was the Aziz Ansari Netflix series. Have you seen anything about it?
Mm-mm.
Well, you canceled Netflix.
I'm getting it back.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, when you do, check out Master of None. It's Aziz Ansari and his buddy, it's like Kevin Yang or something, wrote it. Of course, Aziz Ansari is the main character. Mm-hmm. And every episode like has a title. Like the first one is called, I think, Parenting or something like that. And it starts off with him and this girl hooking up and the condom breaks. So they go in this awkward they get an Uber, which is really awkward, to a drugstore, get a Plan B pill, and he gets apple juice for her too. And then they never really talk again, and he starts debating. Then he starts thinking about maybe he would want a kid because his buddy tells him how awesome it is. So he babysits and realizes he doesn't want a kid.
Yep.
Anytime you think you want a kid, babysit.
Perfect. Yep, because you can give them back afterwards.
Yep.
Yeah.
Being an uncle is the best thing possible.
That's right.
Here, the kid's acting weird. Back to you.
Yep. I think I gotta go.
Kid's acting gross. Time for me to go.
Yep.
Yeah. But so that's what the first episode's about, and they each have like a different theme. They're all different themed after that, like a similar thing. The next one is called, I think, Parents, where it's him and the Asian guy, and it starts off with the backstory. They both pretty much blow off their dads, like, oh, well, their dads ask them to help them with something very menial, and then, well, I gotta go meet a friend for a movie, which they're meeting each other. And then their dads have these flashbacks of this shit like they grew up through, of like they both came to America, so they're both in their native country going through hell just to get to America. And then it leads all up to the point where their sons are blowing them off to go see a movie. So, and then it just progresses from there. But it's a decent show. It's only like 6 episodes, so it's worth watching. I think they're only 30 minutes apiece, so it's not bad.
Yeah.
But the acting, it's not all there.
No. Well, I mean, it's Aziz, sorry, so.
No, he's fine. He's not terrible. But it's all of the people with him are just... They just don't...
It's probably one of those, like, hey, would you want to be...
It's a Netflix original series.
Yeah, would you want to be... Oh, well.
And normally they do really well.
Yeah, Netflix can't get it right. Can't get it right every time.
Well, they didn't get it wrong on this. It's still a decent show. I just think they could have got some better actors as his buddies. I don't know. That's just my take on it.
Well, speaking of Netflix shows, it's a segue.
No.
So
Two wheels and a handlebar?
Netflix is going to be making a bunch of more shows.
Yeah. 2016.
Like a lot.
It's supposed to be twice as many in 2016 as this year. And they made a shit ton this year.
They did.
Whenever you go on Netflix now, I feel like they all say Netflix on them.
Yeah.
They made
there's like
shit ton of stuff.
You can do a category of just the Netflix originals. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, when you get your own category, you're doing well.
Yeah. And like you said, a lot of them aren't bad.
Yeah, I still didn't finish Narcos.
When does Daredevil come back on?
I don't know, but season 2 is I'm excited for
because
it's the Punisher. So I don't know. I'm just excited for season 2.
Yeah.
What else did they make? They made Narcos, which I never made it through.
Marco Polo, which I watched and I thought was pretty good.
I still didn't watch it.
Like I said, I thought it was good. I like that story.
I generally do too, but I think I wasn't interested because Game of Thrones was on at that time, and I had enough
fantasy.
Yeah, they did Arrested Development, and it just wasn't as good.
They did a couple other ones, but anyway,
they made some movies and stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
They made the Wet Hot American Summer First Day of Camp, which is actually pretty funny.
I did go back and watch that.
Did you?
One. Yeah,
I thought that was funny because it made fun of the fact that they were all 20 years older and fat now compared to the originals.
Yeah.
Like the main character, the one that wears the hat and he's got the ear pierce and he's a good 100 pounds heavier. It's kind of odd. And the guy from Law and Order, I thought he was awesome.
Yeah.
I always forget his name.
I love the fact that I never heard of Red Hot, Wet Hot American Summer, the original that had all these people in it.
Yeah,
and I
Bradley Cooper.
And I thought it was cool that they had all of them back in it again.
Yeah,
so
Bradley Cooper's character.
Yeah,
didn't see that one coming. From the words of Parker, he did not see that coming. By the way, now whenever she talks about Star Wars, she says, when I was watching Star Wars with my daddy, he did not see that coming. That's all she tells people now, so... I'm like, well, you could have at least said the good part. But then I'll say, well, what do they say? And say, I'm your father. There you go. Just say that to people.
Yeah, I have a theory about the new Star Wars movie.
I don't want to hear it. I don't.
You don't
I really
hear it?
no.
Oh, okay.
I have gotten already pissed off, and if I see one more fucking spoiler, I'm going to stab somebody in the throat.
I haven't seen any spoilers. I just have a theory about the way.
Don't go on the internet and don't watch TV.
Yeah,
because they're starting to do that shit, and I'm really debating about cutting all internet and all TV off this week. I'm not kidding, because it's going to piss me off if I see one spoiler that's a big one.
We're going to see it, right?
Oh, yeah.
10:30?
10:30.
We'll be there.
We got to be there early.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Sold out.
Well, I'm off the whole day.
I am too.
But then I have to work.
We'll camp out.
Then I have to open.
Kayla does too.
The next day.
Kayla does too.
And then we're having our Christmas party. So
I took off that because I'm supposed to work Thursday and be off Friday. I just took Thursday off. I was like,
good.
But I didn't know that I was supposed to be on day shift anyway, so I didn't even have to take off.
I'm glad you were able to be off on the Christmas party day. I didn't really coordinate it with
well.
you. I just,
Thanks, Josh.
The 19th we're having it.
Don't get consulted.
But yeah, I'm ready. I'm so ready to see it.
We have 7 days. It is 10:28. Our asses will be in the seat.
Trailers
ready
will be.
No, they won't. Not yet.
Well,
what's it called?
Screen Vision.
Screen Vision, but we had a name for it. Damn it. We used to call it something. I can't remember what. But yeah, that'll be on, and we'll be playing trivia, kind of. We'll just be sitting there like this.
Yeah, we're going to have to get there early.
I'm ready for every trailer, because they're all going to be good. Have you seen... We get Civil War was supposed to wait until that, wasn't it?
I know, yeah, apparently. So I don't really have that.
Somebody fucked up. That's my opinion.
I don't have that to look forward to. But so speaking of trailers,
X-Men,
tons of them have come out.
Yeah, tons of trailers. But no, the Star Wars movie, we're getting several trailers on just it, and I can't be more excited. I know that we're getting X-Men.
Yeah, it's a Disney movie, so I'm sure they'll throw in some Disney.
Well, there was one more big one, and I already forgot. Was it?
Well, it was supposed to be Captain America.
Yeah, that. But then there's one more.
Might be a different Captain America.
No. Well, I'm sure there will be another one, but I'm saying there was one more movie. It's a big movie that we haven't seen a trailer for yet, and I can't remember what it was. I already had a brain fart.
I don't know. I can't.
Whatever it is, we get to see it in 3D, and I'm excited, and I'll be ready for the day.
$36 later, it'll be worth it though.
Yep. That's worth it. I'll pay $36 to go see Star Wars opening night in 3D in the Big D. Thanks, Carmike. The unofficial sponsors of our show.
Yes. Yes.
They pay for the
people who have taken a whole lot of my money.
The people who have given me money.
Yeah. A whole lot of my money.
It pays off to work all overtime there.
Anyway, so
hey,
get into some of the trailers.
They've helped you out a little too, because I've been.
They have.
If you go with me,
they don't ever asking questions.
Yeah.
So, I'm actually really excited about the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trailer.
Yes.
I think it looks really good. It looks fun and like the comic, like not the comic book, but like the cartoon.
It was a comic too.
But I love that they brought the not main villains, but two of the iconic.
Yeah, sidekicks.
Yeah.
Or
henchmen.
Henchmen, yeah.
Yeah.
Which, and like you were saying though, we've had a shitload of big trailers come out this week.
Ton.
Or within the last week and a half to 2 weeks. We've had a ton come out that are awesome. Mm-hmm. I'm excited. I'm really just looking forward to this year of movies.
Yeah.
We've got so many good ones.
Yeah, there's big ones.
Good year of movies coming up.
So.
But yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 trailer just premiered, I think, was it yesterday or Tuesday?
I think it might have been Tuesday.
Was it?
I'm going to assume it was Tuesday.
Usually Tuesday
is like movie
release day. Yeah. They show the dump truck that they drive.
Yep. They shot the
disc things out of the manhole
covers. I'm like, yes! If it would have been pizzas, I probably would have been...
Well, they might. Well, he said there's a million buttons, so I'm sure one of them's a pizza button.
I mean, because it has
it's gotta be.
I mean, I really hope it is.
They give you a Casey Jones.
Yeah. And,
That's his name, right?
Yeah.
I know it was Casey, I just can't remember the last name. Jones.
Casey Jones.
You get
with a very aggressive hockey mask. I'm not sure about that one, but that's fine.
They better tell a story of why it looks like that.
I guess it didn't want. I guess they couldn't. He'd be like Jason if he had a regular mask.
But he didn't ever. It looked different than the Jason hockey mask in the original cartoon.
Yeah,
it just didn't look like that.
Anyway,
he looks pretty badass in that.
Yeah.
Oh, and like he was actually hitting pucks at people, not just hitting.
Yeah, which looked awesome.
Yeah.
And I think they did well casting him because he does good in
Stephen
Arrow.
Amell, yeah.
So I mean, has that.
But the problem is now people are going to be like, it's the Arrow!
The Green Arrow.
Wait a minute. He's got a hockey... Damn it, which role is he playing now?
But yeah. So, like I said, and then we talked about the henchmen, the icon, Bebop and Rocksteady.
Which they had said it was going to be live action, and the original images were just of two guys sitting next to each other that had the same clothes and the same look.
The mohawk. And,
and the weird glasses. Why is he wearing those in this day and age?
He's retro, man.
Yeah.
He's a hipster.
Yeah. He wore it before it was cool.
And still is.
But now you actually see that they're making a rhino and a warthog people.
And they don't look terrible.
No.
It's not...
You can tell they're CGI, but they don't look shit.
But I mean, they
don't look bad CGI.
That was the one thing I liked about the first one is, they're giant ninja turtles... But they actually look decent.
They're giant
aside
turtles.
from the fact that they're built like middle linebackers.
Yeah,
but
which is kind of odd.
Yeah,
but...
which is fine. They look like adults. They're not really teenagers. They look like adults. They look like Navy SEALs.
They act like teenagers, but they look. They're pretty jacked.
Yeah. So
I wish I looked like that as a teenager.
Yeah, that would be nice. But
I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we get a glimpse of. I mean, of course, them fighting ninjas the whole time. Mm-hmm. So I'm guessing the Foot Clan's back.
Yeah, and
we had is that a glimpse of Shredder we had?
Or maybe Shredder's son?
Well, they said they were going to redo Shredder and not fuck him up this time.
Not have him like a robot?
Yeah.
So maybe they...
48,000 knives he throws and stuff.
Which I thought that was kind of cool, but it wasn't
It's also very weird.
It wasn't the true to Shredder.
And then you could just call them back.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have unlimited knives. Yeah. Fantastic.
What?
How do you ever lose?
Or who would make that? Like, what?
How do you lose? All you gotta do is this. Shing, shing, ring, shing. Just keep throwing them. They're gonna lose.
But I mean, who would invent that technology?
The bad guy.
Yeah, but I mean, why? Let's see. What do I need to beat Ninja Turtles?
I think he did it as this is my suit of armor, and the turtles just happened to show up.
I'm gonna have a knife that I can bring back. I don't know. I'm just saying. Is it a magnet?
I don't know.
Wouldn't all the metal just come to him?
Well, it's obviously not then. And just like Captain America's shield when he has the magnetic thing on it, but not all metal jumps to him.
I think we're diving too deep into that.
I don't care. It's fun.
Hey, speaking of Captain America.
We were excited.
Speaking of Captain America.
Yep, Civil War trailer got leaked, I think, or something. Somebody screwed up.
I don't know. Yeah.
Somebody either screwed up saying it was going to be on Star Wars only, or somebody let it leak by accident, and then they just said, well, we did it on purpose.
And they got 10 million views in 3 hours.
They give you Bucky. They give you the Falcon. They give you a Black Panther. You don't get any Spider-Man in this one.
No, maybe Spider-Man will be in the Star Wars
maybe that's what they're holding out on.
I hope. That'd be cool.
You get pretty much all of the main characters except Hulk and Thor. I don't know if they're even in this one.
I don't think Thor is going to be in it.
I know Hulk's not. Or no, he's not either, I don't think.
Yeah.
Because he's not coming back until Ragnarok.
Yeah. Because Hulk and Thor are going to be in there in Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Ooh, that'd be cool if we see a trailer for that in the Star Wars.
I don't think they've shot it yet.
Crap.
It's kind of hard to make a trailer for a movie that's not existing.
I was hoping it doesn't come out sooner.
It's in 2017.
What's the next Marvel movie then besides
Doctor Strange?
Oh, yeah, they're doing a bunch of the
Black Panther.
the B-list movies.
Well, no, Black Panther's not even next year. They still don't even have a director for it. But Doctor Strange is next year. I think Guardians 2 might be next year. Technically, Captain America is next year. I mean, that's 3 right there, I think.
Yeah. Oh, well. That's good enough.
And the next year is when we get Thor, probably Black Panther, and then one more. Because it's always 3. We might get the first Infinity.
They'll probably do a Spider-Man.
Well, they got to throw that in now somewhere.
Or keep him as a support. I mean,
No,
they're going to make a
they
Falcon
won't.
movie, I don't think so.
No, well, who'd watch it?
I would.
Well,
We would.
Well, clearly Marvel has established they could poop on screen and people will go see it.
Yes.
They could literally, that would be the movie. It's just a bowl and somebody taking a dump in the bowl for just an hour and a
then
half.
Marvel.
Yep. Marvel presents The Dump.
Oh, my goodness.
People would go see it.
Probably.
Yep. Let's see, what else? The new Batman Superman trailer.
I actually finally watched it. I didn't want to watch it. I heard terrible
I wish I
things.
hadn't watched it.
I didn't think it was awful.
I'm not saying it was awful. I'm saying they gave away too much shit, and it pisses me off.
They did give away a lot. I don't know.
Doomsday, they went ahead and threw that in there.
Now, is Doomsday, is that correct? That he is Zod?
He's not Zod. He was created from the DNA of Zod, which is the same as Superman.
Okay, so but that's how he was made, though.
Yeah.
Okay, because
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm not super.
That's why he had Zod's body, because he takes the DNA from him.
Oh, okay. Because I'm not.
He tries to clone Superman, and that's what gives.
Gotcha.
He tries to make his own Superman.
Gotcha. See, I thought the Bizarro.
Bizarro Superman.
Yeah, I thought that was another clone attempt. I think.
I don't know.
Gone bad. Anyway,
I just know that Doomsday was created.
I'm not sure.
He's
if
a
I
monster created that has pretty much all the same powers as Superman.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I like Lex Luthor being like a mad scientist.
Well, he was in the comics too. He was just also. You're thinking. I think you just have more of the mecha suit in your head, the mech suit.
Yeah.
I think that's just the more of your concept of it, because he was also a mad scientist to a lot of it, because he made Doomsday. He was just a rich billionaire that wanted Superman dead.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think that's the role they're more going for. It's just he's the billionaire that wants to fund the death of Superman, pretty much.
Yeah.
And that you get a much better look at that too.
Mm-hmm.
And it shot. Did I send you the link to that? I think I did send you the link to that.
The
theory.
The Deadpool.
No,
not Deadpool.
Deadshot.
Deadshot. No. Deathstroke.
No.
Whatever. One of those people.
Slade Wilson. What was his name?
Deathstroke.
Was it Deathstroke?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, him being Batman, that got shot to shit by that new trailer. I don't think it is.
I don't think it's Deathstroke. I think it's just Slade.
But he had that name because he wore the mask that had like one color and one color.
I think it is Deathstroke. Anyway, moving on.
Either way, it shot that theory to crap.
It did.
Because they say it's Bruce Wayne.
This is Bruce Wayne.
Okay.
So.
Well, we know who you are.
Yeah. But
Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne in the same.
Yeah. So that was interesting.
He's got a strong handshake. Don't pick a fight with that guy. I see your humor there.
Yeah, clever.
I think it's going to be good, though. It's going to be very dark, unfortunately, but...
Yeah. But, like, a couple of people at work were like, oh, it was stupid, blah, blah. I'm like, no, I don't want to watch it. I don't want to ruin anything. And then I watched it, and I was like, well, it didn't.
I just hope it's not too dark, which makes it dumb.
Yeah.
Kind of like Man of Steel was a little too dark, so it took away from it.
And I hope they don't just throw in Wonder Woman, but I have a feeling they're just going to throw Wonder Woman in.
I think so, because so far we've got Superman and Batman fighting.
Yeah.
Then Doomsday pops up.
Yeah.
And then Wonder Woman pops in.
And saves
Batman
from Doomsday.
Yeah, but that's my thing is, it's going to pull a Spider-Man 3 scenario where they got too much shit going on, and it sucks.
Yeah. So
Spider-Man 3 was a turd.
Yeah.
And it was because they had too much going on and couldn't cover it all. That might be the road they're taking, so they need to back it off.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see.
I do like the Batman look, though.
Yeah, I'm glad they went with more of the old school comic looking, where it's the gray and black instead of just all black.
Yeah.
Hopefully he doesn't talk like this the whole time. Where's the trigger?
Where's that trigger? I'm gonna make you bleed. He does talk funny though.
Well, he's also in a kind of an armored power suit.
So maybe that's where the voice is coming
I do
from.
like the look of it, and Ben Affleck, it looks like he's pulling it off pretty well.
Yeah, I think it's a different Batman.
And it's a Batman it's more true to he's a badass, because he was like branding the bat symbol into criminals. that is pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
He's not killing them, but he is branding.
That jacket, did you see the jacket with the writing on it? I tried to rewatch it to get what it said.
Ha ha, joke's on you.
Is that what it says?
I think so. I think it says ha ha ha, joke's on you.
I'd love
or
to
something
see
like
a
that.
little thing about... Because he makes that...
I told you they're going to make a flashback.
Yeah, it makes that comment about, I don't really like jokers.
Maybe it's the Gotham in me because we don't take too kind to clowns running, or
something like that.
freaks dressed up as clowns or something like that.
So, like, ooh. So.
Yeah, which they're going to have a flashback to how that whole thing happened. And they showed the image of, well, they didn't show the image, but the shadow of, what's his name? Joker, what's his name?
Jared Leto.
Jared Leto. He posted that picture of the shadow of him in the Killing Joke outfit.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know how that's going to tie in, too, because you got Barbara Gordon, I guess, getting paralyzed.
Yeah, maybe.
You got all kinds of stuff going on.
Yeah. I rewatched the, after I watched Batman vs. Superman, I rewatched the Suicide Squad trailer, just for shits and giggles.
Oh, yeah. Good old lesson.
Sarah's like, what are you, that sounds really creepy. What are you watching? It's like, Suicide Squad.
I showed that, I think, to my mom, and she wasn't having any of it. She was not having fun.
My only concern with Suicide Squad is there's going to be too many characters.
Well, my only concern is they're going to make it just Will Smith and the Joker, and that's the whole, and Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
And they're just going to kind of have the other people in the background. They're not going to do much. They're not going to talk much.
Because there's like 10 there's like 10 people.
Which, granted, that's fine because that is the Suicide Squad, but like you're saying, there's too many.
Yeah, like
people are getting left out.
I need to be invested in each person, and
granted, I don't care if you cut out Captain Boomerang because that's Jai Courtney. He can get out. He can leave.
He's gonna ruin another movie.
Maybe he'll get killed. Maybe the Joker will kill him. Maybe the Joker will pull a joke on him.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that because I can't stand Jai. I watched a guy. One of my partners was watching Terminator Genesis, and it was maybe 10 minutes in, and I couldn't. I just told him, turn it off. Just don't watch it. It's a flaming bag of crap. It's bad.
Yeah, my boss was like, "Have you seen Terminator? The new Terminator?" I was like, "Unfortunately," he's like, "Yeah, it was pretty bad." And I was like, "Well, you gotta watch the honest trailer of it because it's so funny." And he's like, he watched it. And he's like, "That was better than the movie was."
Oh yeah, that movie was so bad.
A poor man's Channing Tatum.
Yeah,
a homeless man.
It's poor man. I think it's poor man's. Quit trying to make Jai Courtney happen because it's not. And thank you for saying that because it is not. Good grief. Got another trailer. Let's see. We talked about the Civil War trailer. Game
of Thrones trailer. It's like a teaser. It's like 40 seconds, but it shows Jon Snow.
With blood.
I mean, it shows the same clip of him that they showed at the end.
Yeah.
But then at the very end, it shows like a flash, and it shows the other brother,
Bran Stark.
So maybe they're going to
which
do a little
his
bit more
story.
of him.
They've said now that the show is going to be ahead of the books, so I think they've already got George R. R. Martin to tell them what's going to happen so that they can film.
Yeah.
Just because they can't wait.
The show makes millions and millions of
dollars.
They
can't wait that long.
Yeah, they can't wait for him to finish a book.
Because he's already said he's taking his time.
Yeah.
He's in no rush.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that he has to do it now the way they don't have to.
He could throw the finger to him and do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
He could write in the next page, and a atomic bomb hit, and everyone died.
And a meteor hits and destroys
all of Westeros.
Westeros. So,
I mean, and he would do it. Just because.
But yeah. So that comes out in April, which means I'll be getting HBO back in April.
Yeah, which means I'll be stealing your HBO in April, because I got screwed already once. Alright. They've released a lot of the nominees for the Golden Globes, which granted it's not the Oscars, it's the Golden Globes. Little difference there. Not a whole lot, but it's a little different.
Yeah. If you do well in the Golden Globes, you usually do well in the Oscars.
George Miller is up for Best Director for
cool.
Mad Max.
That's awesome.
Hope he wins it. Of course, Leo's up for Best Actor. It's like a drama, like Best Actor in a drama. Because they all are categorized.
For what,
The Revenant.
The Revenant?
That's all he's in this year.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't it?
But it hasn't even come out yet.
Well, I think technically, if they have a limited release in 2015, it'll count.
Oh.
And I think that's what they're doing, just so that it'll count for
Gotcha.
this year.
Gotcha.
I'm guessing they're thinking, if this year didn't have a whole lot, let's sneak it in.
Yeah.
Hurry, get it in there.
All they came out with in 2015 was superhero movies. You can win this one.
Yeah.
So
Post-apocalyptic and Superman.
yeah, and scary movies. So I think
Yeah.
The Revenant might stand a chance.
Which I want to see.
I do wanna see
it. It doesn't actually get released until 2016, so that's kind of iffy there.
Is that Tom Hardy movie out where he plays
Legend.
the brothers Legend?
I don't know.
If it is, I want to see it.
I wanted to see it. I was interested.
I heard it got good reviews as well.
I don't know. It may have already been out and left because I don't think it was a big budget movie, and I don't think many other people wanted to see it.
Yeah,
I did, but
I wanted to see it. I like Tom Hardy. Anyway, what's ridiculous?
I want to see Tom Hardy play himself, and then play the gay psychopathic version of himself. I think that'll be fun.
Yeah.
What are we saying? What's ridiculous?
What's Ridiculous 6?
Have you not seen the trailer for Ridiculous 6 yet?
No, is it a?
It's a Netflix original thing that's going to come on. It's Adam Sandler, Terry Crews, Taylor Lautner, I think Rob
Schneider.
Rob Schneider.
Is he? Rob Schneider still in making movies?
I
want to say, is he still alive?
And he's got a show on Netflix as well called like Just Rob or something, where it's his actual life, because apparently that's just as bad as. But I will show you the trailer after we get done with this because it looks hilarious. But it's they're all the sons. It's Terry Crews. All of them are the sons of this one outlaw by different mothers, and they all find out that, and they're this gang of just jacked up
weird. Okay,
yes,
because
it's a comedy western.
Okay,
Which, granted, that doesn't have the best track record because
No.
A Million Ways to Die in the West was a piece of shit.
It was awful.
Such a promising cast, and just,
it did. It had every chance to be good, and
Yeah.
you're just like, huh.
and it didn't.
Huh.
Had every chance and failed at all of them. Man. So that's coming out soon. You got to watch the trailer for that.
Gods of Egypt.
I'm interested in it.
I think it looks different. I think it looks good.
Yeah. I don't like the fact that Gerard Butler's the bad guy. That's a new take.
Yeah, but I think that's cool. You don't really see,
Yeah.
the Egyptian.
Those are the ones you don't hear much about, like Ra and all those.
You get Roman gods all the time, and you don't really get the Egyptian ones, and
briefly get Nordic ones,
Yeah.
but that's just Marvel.
so I think it looks
They've never
interesting.
made like an actual Nordic like Odin movie, non-Marvel.
Well, no, not Marvel. No, well,
That's
they
what-
made
That'd be
Beowulf.
kind of interesting. Beowulf was a piece of shit.
Beowulf was the first 3D movie I ever saw.
Yeah, it was terrible.
And it gave me a headache from hell.
I think Avatar was. I think Avatar was before it.
I think Beowulf was before Avatar.
I know it
Avatar was
worked
the
there
first
either way, but-
realistic.
I just remember
3D.
that Beowulf I hated, and I loved the story of Beowulf.
Yeah.
I loved to read it. Oh, I didn't read it, but I loved having it kind of read to me in high school. But I hated the movie. It was terrible.
Yeah.
The bad realistic CGI stuff
Yeah.
that's just not
Avatar
good.
was the first real 3D.
Yeah.
Beowulf,
Live action.
Yeah, Beowulf was still animated.
Yeah.
But
Tron was still a good 3D one, in my opinion. For speaking of the Batman Superman, of course we've talked about the fact that Ben Affleck's wanting to do a solo Batman movie in the future after this. So, spoiler, Batman doesn't die.
yeah, Superman doesn't kill Batman.
Yep, there we go. Spoiler.
Apparently, Doomsday comes in just in time, and they end up fighting each other and becoming better.
We will join forces.
BFFs. You're not so bad.
Now let's team up. Don't try to kill me anymore. Will Smith's character of Deadshot is possibly going to be in Ben Affleck's solo Batman. His character of Deadshot will get tied in somehow. So we all know that's the same universe already because the Suicide Squad has Batman in it.
Yeah.
So at least we know that. That's kind of something they're talking about doing, is putting his character. Which still though, you're going to leech way too much off of Will Smith for that.
Mm-hmm.
Tell the truth.
Yeah. I'm surprised.
Tell the truth.
They make the NFL look really bad in that movie.
Well, I just want you to tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
That comes out, I think, next week or 2 weeks, something like that.
Yeah, I think it's going to try to compete with.
I don't know. I mean, it's interesting, but I don't care. I love football.
Yeah.
You're not going to sway me.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sure Will Smith does an awesome job. I'm not saying that, and it's a good story, but I could just as easily read it on Wikipedia.
Yeah, it's an okay story. I don't know if it's movie worthy.
Well, it was a guy who kind of stood up to the NFL.
But I can't imagine the NFL...
Well, if you remember, they changed a whole bunch of shit the past 2 years because of him.
Well, no, but I mean, I can't imagine the NFL would...
They won't be seen in a bad light.
Well, apparently, in the way they make it look like in the movie,
well, that's because it probably did happen.
They, like, put assassins and stuff after him.
Well, you gotta think, a multi-billion-dollar company is being threatened that they're gonna go be outed pretty much and possibly bankrupted. They're not gonna lose those billions of dollars.
Yeah, people have done.
There's a dark side to everything.
Worse for less, I guess.
There's a dark side to everything.
I don't want the NFL to be bad.
Yeah,
I like
the NFL.
I like the NFL.
You're going to war with a company that owns a day of the week. Damn right.
What would I do on my Sundays?
Exactly. I like that on Sunday. Let's see here. I wrote the note I wrote was knife legs from Kingsman. So the lady from Kingsman with the knife legs, her name is Sophia Boutella. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Okay.
She is in the she's in the running for the leading role in that Mummy reboot that we're talking about. I still don't care for a Mummy reboot, but Brendan Fraser did fine.
I think Brendan Fraser could come back and
first and maybe second, and then the third one's a turd.
Yeah, I think Brendan Fraser could come back and do it. I think that would be funny.
I don't know. I think he looks pretty rough now. He's gotten a little bit older.
Harrison Ford coming back in.
Yeah, look how awesome that did in Indiana Jones.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that was an abomination.
Ugh. I didn't think about that. Never mind. Huh. I retract that.
Yeah.
Brendan Fraser, don't do it.
Excuse me, they're also still saying that he will not be recast as Indiana Jones in Indiana Jones 5. Horrible idea.
Oh, they're saying
be Harrison Ford is going to be Indiana Jones.
With a walker.
Hey, I'll be in a minute.
Instead of a whip, he has a grabber. One of those old man grabbers.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough. I don't want that.
No.
I love Harrison Ford and I love Indiana Jones.
I actually watched Raiders of the Lost Ark the other day.
But I don't want Harrison Ford to die.
While I was building my shelves, I watched Raiders of the Lost Ark.
It's such a good movie.
Yeah.
Hey, stop
ruining.
No, well, stop trying to just keep the same guy when clearly you can't. Or pull our idea. He's the grandfather and pull in a son. Yeah. Or a grandson.
A good son.
Something.
A good son.
Not Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaDouche. Yeah, that was bad too. Mutt. Yeah, his name's even Mutt.
Yeah.
It's so bad. But yeah, she's in the runnings for the Mummy reboot. Which, she's got that kind of look to her, similar to the girl from the first one. Mm-hmm. She looks kind of similar to her. Let's see here. What else we got? Star Wars Battlefront.
Yes.
The video game. Mm-hmm. Released the DLC of the Battle of Jakku, which is supposed to be kind of a sneak peek at the new Star Wars movie. Did you play it yet?
I have.
It doesn't tell you jack shit about the movie.
Oh, no.
It's just a map with rubble. Map
that has, like, Star Destroyer
it's got parts. TIE fighters and stuff crashed everywhere. That's it.
Yeah.
What part of the story am I getting there except, hey, that's where stuff crashed?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're not telling me anything. After they destroyed
the Death Star again,
Yeah, for all I know, apparently, that's the same fight.
Yeah.
That could be 5 minutes after.
Yeah.
How do I know?
I have no idea. Tells you nothing.
Yeah.
I do wish the Stormtroopers would have been different, though. I wish you would have. Mine weren't.
Oh. I don't know.
Anyway.
I just know that, and apparently you can have heroes on there. Are you going to be able to play the good heroes, or is
that would be actually really cool if you could play
like Kylo Ren? Yeah, that'd be cool. But once again, that'd be a spoiler. That'd be because they'd give something away, and I don't want them to.
No.
I'm telling you, Blackout.
I'll play it.
Blackout.
I'll play it. Yeah, all social media off.
It's getting there. I'm about to because it's getting close. Every time I see Star Wars anything, I kind of shut down. Nope.
Yeah, it's kind of like Game of Thrones. If you didn't watch an episode, don't be on Facebook Monday.
Yeah. Or Walking
Dead. Don't be on Facebook at all.
But speaking of Star Wars, George Lucas apparently liked Episode 7, and he's going to attend the premiere. But that doesn't give me hope for shit. He also thought Episode 1, 2, and 3 were awesome.
Was he a producer on this, or was he probably? He
I don't
probably
think he was
wasn't really
involved at all.
all.
No, because he sold it. He was like,
For $1 billion.
$6 billion.
For $6 billion.
Yes.
I mean,
I wouldn't do shit either.
You got it. You.
If it's bad, you take the blame.
Yeah.
If it's good, it's my legacy. I win.
I'm 50-50 on Star Wars movies, so
I'm batting 50. I'm batting 500.
Speaking of that, in honor of Star Wars week, I did watch all of the Family Guy Star Wars.
Oh, the Blue Harvest.
Blue Harvest, and then they did the Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, well, it's all Blue Harvest.
Yeah.
Blue Harvest is what they call the trilogy.
Yeah, and they really are funny. If you're a true Star Wars fan,
I love you.
All the
fuck off.
I love all the hidden stuff they throw in.
That
there.
was one of my favorites, though. Whenever he is being lowered into the carbonite and he says that, I lost it because it was just so out of nowhere.
Yeah,
because you thought it's gonna be. I know. And fuck off. Whoa. Okay.
Yeah. Don't worry, they're gonna take us and they're gonna throw us into a bottomless butthole in the desert. And you know what? It is a giant.
But it was funny. Boba Fett plays a little bit bigger of a role, and it's the chicken.
Yeah, it's funny.
Wasn't Raggedy Andy one of
he's
the
blind. When Han Solo's blind and he's shooting the. Ow! Ow! Got it.
Oh, those are funny.
Yeah.
My wife hates Family Guy. She hates animation, I think, for just the fact that it's animated, because she doesn't think you're supposed to watch it anymore.
Supposed to watch adult cartoons.
I don't think she gives it an honest chance,
Yeah.
and she never will, which drives me insane because they're hilarious. If you get Family Guy can get a little old.
It can.
Now Futurama, I loved it because it was somewhat intelligent, and it was some smarter jokes.
Family Guy back in the day was that way. It was smart
subtle.
jokes. Yeah. This one is
getting
just
blatant now,
yeah, it's just getting vulgar and blatant and
haha, we're gonna say ass a lot and
Yeah.
we'll laugh and
make a bunch of abortion jokes.
Yeah.
We get it,
It was much funnier when it was subtle.
Yeah. When Peter looks at, oh yeah, I got you. I know what you're saying.
See what you did there? That was funny. Yeah, I like the intelligent ones much better. So, but yeah, George Lucas likes it, but still not 100% hopeful.
Like I said.
That doesn't tell me anything. He's batting 500. That means we got a 50-50 chance of a crap movie.
I'm glad you put this next one on here. Central Intelligence. Did you watch the trailer for that?
Yeah, because on the Creed movie, Ride Along 2 and Central Intelligence were back to back.
Oh, wow.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
So I got 2 Kevin Hart trailers in a row. I don't even like Kevin Hart, so I was really aggravated.
I don't mind Kevin Hart. I really don't. He's funny to me.
He just never grew on me.
Yeah.
He was funny in Scary Movie 3.
Yeah. I think he's funny. So.
He doesn't, I don't know, doesn't do it, just like Melissa McCarthy. Just never got to me.
But Central Intelligence, I didn't even think the trailer looked that funny.
Looks alright. Looks mediocre.
Yeah.
Mediocre.
I think Dwayne Johnson is trying way too hard to be.
Well, I think he's supposed to, though. That might be part of the joke.
He's trying too hard to be
Well, it worked in the other guys.
Yeah.
So,
but he also was with Sam Jackson.
Did anybody call 911? Holy shit! Yeah, I don't know though. I think that's one of the ones we'll have to watch, and maybe that's the joke: is he's trying too hard on purpose. Mm-hmm. Like the movie Be Cool. I loved him in that. Did you ever see Be Cool?
I've never seen Be Cool.
It is hilarious, and it's a very subtle hilarious.
Yeah.
If you've never seen, it's got John Travolta, Uma Thurman, The Rock, Vince Vaughn, Harvey. It's hilarious.
It's got to be fairly older than.
I'd say it's in the 2000, early 2000s.
That's, as far as him,
Johnson
being in it.
It was one of his earlier bigger roles. But I love that. It's one of my favorite movies, and a lot of people have never even heard of it. I know my recommendation next week. Alrighty. Yeah, you need to watch that this week. I don't know where to find it though.
Yeah,
I don't think it's on Netflix or anything.
Maybe it's on Vudu or something.
I'm sure it is, but I have it on my iPod.
Wow.
Because I had the DVD and then the DVD broke because I think it got broken in a move. Kind of broke my heart with the disc. The director of Creed, the guy who directed it, is the one who's in talks to direct the Black Panther movie on its go around. I mean, Creed was a good movie, so I guess give him a chance.
Yeah.
I don't know. We just have to see. It's hard to screw up a Marvel movie because they've got so many people watching over their shoulder.
Well, yeah, you have like a team, a giant studio to do that.
The director really is just there to make the movie. Everybody else is going to take care of it from there. You're there just to say the words action and cut.
17 producers that are
You've got Stan Lee.
I can direct it.
I could be the director because guess what? I'm not going to have any final say anyway. So I'd be there just to go action, cut. Should we do it again? Y'all tell me.
Lunch? Is lunchtime?
Can I have a sandwich? I don't know. This news was very big to both of us. Did you read them as a kid?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're hilarious.
I think I have them at my parents' house.
I have one still at my parents' house. Captain Underpants is in pre-production.
Woohoo!
Yes. And I'm guessing it's going to be an animated feature because the voice of one of them is Kevin Hart, one of the kids. The voice of the other kid, he's on Silicon Valley. I don't know his name. I'll have to show you a picture.
I haven't seen the...
And the principal / Captain Underpants, Ed Helms.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for that.
Nice.
And Professor Poopy Pants is the bad guy. And I've already forgot who voiced him, but it was somebody that I thought it's funny because of who it is. Yeah. I've got to find that again.
I remember always every year you'd have the book
fair.
The book fair, and you'd get the new Captain Underpants.
Yep, and the one that I have was the Professor Poopy Pants one. That's the one that's still at my parents' house.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find that.
Nick Kroll is the Professor Poopy Pants.
Nick Kroll.
Do you watch The League, right?
Yeah.
Ruxin.
Okay.
He does the Nick Kroll show?
Yeah, that's funny.
This is the other main kid, though. Thomas Middleditch. He's in Silicon Valley stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I recognize his face. Yeah.
But, so we've got that coming up. It's in the works.
Cool.
So, I don't think we have a time frame. It's just pre-production, so it's still... They haven't even shot yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen him.
The last little bit of news I had was they showed a picture of Archangel from the X-Men Apocalypse. It's just like a screenshot of his back, and it looks pretty badass. Like, it's almost mechanical looking wings. Looks like it's armored.
Not the same one from...
It's not Ben Foster, no. Which I love Ben Foster.
Yeah.
I don't think it is, at least. Could be.
Unless he got armored up.
Yeah, I don't know. He jumped out a window. That's the last I saw of him. He was flying over the bay.
I think Apocalypse... I don't know.
It's got a lot of potential to let me down.
It does. Apocalypse is one of those characters in the comics that was just like, really? Yeah, he can control everything. Like
he's like Superman.
Yeah.
He's got every power. He's that kid you play with that... I shot you. Oh, no, I've got a power.
I'm bulletproof. Oh,
I hit you in the head. No, you didn't. I've got a shield. Oh, you're a dick. I'm not playing with you anymore.
I have heat vision. And frost breath. Yeah. And I can run really fast. I can jump really high.
Well, you know what? I have a stick. I'm going to hit you with it. Let's see if your shield works now.
You can't hit me with the stick. It's my stick.
Oh, you want to see?
I have magnet powers. That's stupid.
Let's see if it works. Oh, the stick!
Have wood powers.
I'm like Magneto, but with wood.
I'm Splinter.
No.
Oh.
No, God, what? Carpento.
I'm
Carpento.
I am the Carpenter. Oh. Terrible. See, if people...
What superpower?
If people ever got the superpowers, that's the one I would get. Or I'd be like... Or Aquaman.
Well, he's going to be badass in the new ones.
I can talk to...
Hold off on that.
I can talk to the fishes.
No, you would be, what's his name from, Dr. Horrible, the sweaty guy?
Sweaty guy. I think I do have that.
Moist.
I think I do have
At my best, I make people uncomfortable.
I think I actually do have that superpower.
Yeah, I think I share it.
I sweat more than anybody I've ever met. I sweat playing video games.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be my. I would, all my friends can fly and like teleport.
In the original X-Men cartoons, Jubilee, I still never understand her. She's got sparklers. That's it. Like, sparkle.
Yeah.
Fireworks.
What power is that?
That's not a fire. I can go to South Carolina and get those.
I can distract you with company. Yeah. Ah!
That's really annoying.
Yeah,
can you quit?
Please stop that. Like,
she would start doing that in your face. Could you quit? That's annoying.
Julie, who's got a birthday party to go?
That is genuinely getting on my nerves.
Yes. There are a couple of people that have just the worst powers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of.
That's what I was trying to do too. Is think of some shitty,
terrible superheroes.
I mean,
we got that book and that loot crate.
I've got
Bad
that.
Superheroes.
I've still got it. It's on the back of my toilet.
But yeah,
that's something we'd have to look into.
Just world's worst superpowers.
I mean, Jubilee is pretty useless.
I'm trying to think of like heroes.
The power of wood, wood control. I mean, that could come in handy though, because around here we got trees everywhere. You can like, watch out, hit you with a tree.
Oh, I trip you with a root.
But then you're at poison ivy at that point.
Yeah.
So, that's all I had for the week, and this has become like this is my weekly therapy session.
Yeah, gotta get it out.
Yeah, like I realized today, I was like, man, I've been super stressed today. I'm really glad we're recording tonight because I need to yell. So, I mean, that's all I got.
Yep.
The Bears beat the Packers on Thanksgiving.
They did, and I was very good about not calling.
I was so angry. I just sat in I went out to Black Friday stuff because, of course, I told you I go out at 2 or 3 in the morning. Mm-hmm. Everybody's gone. All the deals. It's pretty sweet. I got a good number of movies for like $40, and it was all Blu-rays with the Vudu copy. So, and I got a sound bar. So that's nice. But I guess that about wraps it up for the week. Next week, In the Heart of the Sea comes out.
Technically, Star Wars comes out.
Yeah. By the time we may be recording before Star Wars because we might record on Monday or Tuesday, and Star Wars will be Thursday. We might have a special edition just for Star Wars. I mean,
maybe.
That's a possibility.
Yeah.
We need to call. Weren't we going to do that?
Well, they're all going to be here for the Christmas party. We could do like
we may be having a special edition just Star Wars episode.
We could have a real quick 30-minute talk about Star Wars.
If
they've seen it. I don't know if they're going to see it.
It'll be on Twitter. We'll let you know, but that's a possibility. Aren't they all going with us?
Probably not opening night.
Okay. They better see it by Saturday. Tell them. And then we'll do that on Saturday. We'll start drinking, and then we'll record, and then we'll go back to drinking. That's the plan.
Sounds good.
And I get to drink this time. Not my wife. Or your wife.
No.
It's my turn.
So.
But I guess that about wraps it up for the week. Check us out on ampodcastnetwork.com and check us out on our Twitter at BCR Podcast. Check us out on iTunes and give us a rating. But other than that, just keep watching these movies. We'll keep watching them too. We might be having 2 episodes next week. That'll be fun.
There you go.
So, as always, I'm Ryan.
I'm Josh.
Go watch some movies.